recently, we got a chance to go behind the scenes to see what it's like at Camp Shelby, and this is part 2 of that recap. To kick off this trip, we hopped on board a Chinook, and once everything was checked and ready to go, we were on our way to Camp Shelby. Once we arrived, our skills got put to the test by training support specialist Stephen Brewer.
Today, we're going to take you through a zeroing process. We have what's called the EST Auto Zero. Basically, you can shoot 3 shots. The goal is to try to have a 4-centimeter shot group. And if you can do that, the computer will actually capture when you're sighting where you were looking at and where the rounds hit, and then we'll make corrections in the system. So then the next time, without you making any adjustment, if you aim at the same exact location, you should be hitting there, all right? And then after we take you through the zero, have you zeroed, we let you shoot the qualification course that our soldiers shoot in the same aspect that they do. When we get to that point, I'll go over the different firing positions and how to engage them. So now it's
As expected, this exercise was a bit difficult, but I was ready enough to move on to the next phase.
First target that pops up, they're going to engage it, and then they're immediately going to go down into the prone unsupported. And they're going to engage the next 9 targets. The screen will change. It's going to say reload, go to prone. So you reload your magazine, use your shooting block, and you're going to engage the next 10 targets. At the end of those 10 targets, the screen will change. It will say reload, fight up. So you reload, and you're using the barricade for protection. So you're trying to have your body behind the barricade, the rifle sitting on top of the barricade, and you engage the next 10 targets. The screen will change. It's going to say reload, fight up. So you reload. You're in the standing barricade. Again, being behind the barricade, try to give you protection of incoming rounds, and you engage the next 10 targets. So 40 targets total with 40 rounds total. So the most you can score is 40. The minimum to score to qualify is 23. So at this time, you're welcome to either stand up, and if you want to go through it just like the soldiers do, by all means. But if not, you want to stay in the prone supported so that you have good support to help you engage more targets. That's your prerogative.
At the end of this exercise, I was reminded that this career takes lots of skill and practice. Before it was time to go, we took a ride in a tank. And our final flight back home. And that was definitely a memorable experience, but I couldn't leave without finding out why some members choose to serve. All right, so we've been taking a trip around Camp Shelby today. You guys have been here for a minute. So what is your favorite part of this experience?
One is just it's a breakup from the monotony of a normal 8-to-5 job. Still get to do that 8-to-5 job, but then you get to come out here and you kind of get to play for a weekend on different equipment or tanks, helicopters, stuff that the normal person doesn't get to deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Gotcha. And when you think about why you've been doing this, because you got some years in this, why do you continue coming back every day?
Honestly, it's pretty fun. The benefits are really good, and then you get to go to do a normal job if you want to, and then like Sergeant Seymour was saying, on the weekend or a couple weeks out of the summer, you get to come, depending on what your job is. Like I get to go shoot Bradleys and shoot machine guns. That's pretty great.
So now going back to the machine guns, because we tried a little simulator earlier, and it did not look well for me. I thought it was going to be bad anyway. But for folks who are interested in even learning how to do something like this, would you encourage them to come here and try?
Yeah, for sure. We got the ESP, which is what you did. So it's kind of like a laser video game thing, but you got real modified guns that you shoot, and doesn't waste a whole bunch of ammunition. It's not too loud. Get to run through it a bunch of times, and it doesn't really cost anything. So it's a good way to get better.
Awesome. And then thinking about being better and doing better things with our lives, some people could really use a chance to get into what you guys are doing every day. So how do we encourage more folks, and where do they go?
Well, one, it could be a career booster. If you already have a bachelor's degree and you're out there in the workforce and you're looking for a little bit more, this could give you the extra experience you need to pad that resume to set you apart from your peers. But the easiest way to get started is to go to nationalguard.com/MS. All the information that you could be looking for our different jobs that we offer, our benefits, and not just health and life insurance benefits, but your education benefits and other things that may appeal to you.
Got you. And so the last question has to be, would you redo any of this journey that you've been on?
Yeah, I'd do it again. I've made tons of friends that will be my friends for the rest of my life. Had some great experiences, some not great experiences, but you learn from everything, good and bad. So definitely would do it again.
And what about you?
Oh, absolutely. I wish, instead of waiting to 24 years old to do it, I wish I would have joined at 17.